Hello, I wanted to make a quick video about graphing. I want to do a problem that's like this. Um, um, let f of x be a function. Um, Suppose f of 3 is equal to 7, and um, we have maybe y-intercept of -2 and a root of 1. The question is, what might the graph look like? Well, and I want to use this to just kind of introduce some kind of graphing terminology, because that's one of our next major topics. So, um, how do we how do we do a problem like this? Well, when we're talking about a graph of a function, of course, as you probably know, we're talking about something with a y-axis and an x-axis. And for when you're talking about a function, the function values are kind of the same thing as the y values. And so let me talk about how you can kind of decode this statement right here. So this statement, of course, this is f of x. We're talking about f of x. This is the x value. This is the x right there. And this right here is the output to the function. So x is the input, 7 is the output. So this is the y value. So this is really just another terminology for this point over here in the graph. Call it right here, 3, 7. So 3 on the x, 7 on the y gets you this point. So that's a point on our graph. Now in this example, we're given two other points on the graph. We're given a y-intercept of -2. So y-intercept is where it intersects the y-axis. So that's going to be like right here, let's say. So this is also a point on the graph. And that says we have a root of 1. Well, a root is, we have lots of names for this thing. So a root you can also consider this, a 0 or a solution. Let's abbreviate that. But the one that we're really interested in here is another name for a root is an x-intercept. I'll abbreviate that too, x-intercept. And so an x-intercept is where it intersects the x-axis. It's going to be right here at 1. So now we have 3 points on our graph. We don't know anything else about the graph, so there's lots of possible solutions here. But let me just draw in something that goes through these 3 points. And there you go. That is a possible graph for this function. Let me just give you one word of caution, though. So something some people might want to do, I'm actually going to start over here, is so we have these 3 points, like right here, and right here, right? So some people might like to do something like this for your function. You might say, okay, well, isn't this a good function? Well, the problem with this is Something that we really like in algebra for functions to have is just one output for every input. And so we do something called the vertical line test. Here's a vertical line. Here is your one input. So here's your x value that you're inputting into the function. But you get two outputs for this input. So this fails the vertical line test. And so this would not be a valid solution. So so this one passes the vertical line test though, so we're good. Thank you very much.